This is the first case tonight. We're going to have a second case after we're done here. I just want to get opening up. Look at that. This is perfect. 1, 2, and we're picking this box. There's our first box that we're going to break right now. Good luck, everybody. And, as always, we could take the first box a little slower because I want to see what we got here, but I'll move a little quicker. What time is it? All right, the usual select. And thank you, Flo. Thank you, LP, for helping out. Okay, let me just open up one pack here just to see what we got here. Of course, if anybody wants these, let me know. Let me know if you're looking for any of these. Oh, hold on. The autofocus is not autofocused. 1 second. That's going to bother me in my... It's good for when we're selling, but it's kind of bad for when we're opening up cards. All right, there we go. All right. So if anybody wants these, don't post it in chat because I'm going to forget. But don't post it in chat. Send me a direct message, and I'd be happy to send you some of those codes. If anybody wants, if you don't bother snipping those codes, here we go. If you want some code cards, I got some code cards here. If you want some code, I got a few. I got a few stacks right here, so don't bother taking that. You can grab that one. I will send it to you. Give you a little deal on that. All right, here's this for my. Okay, so here's what the grandstands look like. It's for my benefit. Okay, you got your 2 grandstands. Well, we're starting off with a Luke Fenhouse right away. There's our Luke Fenhouse. This is numbered out of 25. The red. Just getting a picture here. Here's one of the inserts, claim to fame. There's one of your inserts on that one. And then, so 5 cards, we're used to that. I think we're starting with a trackside right there. Little Parker Retzlaff trackside. How many tracksides are coming? I've not done any analysis yet. Anybody know how many tracksides are showing up in Select? There were 2 last year. Give me a second here. Let me see if they have a listing of that. Oop. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much what we expect from Select. I'll move a little quicker here. That's about 2 NASCAR per case. So the NASCAR logos are still a little on the rare side. I like that. Those are not numbered, I do not believe. And we got the silvers, of course, probably. The tricolors. Let's see what the tricolors look like. We'll do half a box at a time. All right, good luck. Let's move a little quicker here. We got Sheldon Creed and Blaine Perkins on that one. Here's Taylor Gray as silver. Little silver Taylor Gray for you. And how does Chris Buescher? These are the I forgot what they're calling this one. Hold on, I could look that up. Anybody know off the top of their head? Like I said, this is my first case. I believe the skills, right? I'm agreeing with that. Yeah, these are the selected skills by the. There it is. I don't have my glass here. I gotta ready for the old man. Ready for the old man here. All right, this will be better. Yes, the selective skills. That's a lot better. The insert, and we got a Pit Road, Spencer Boyd. Cole Custer, David Reagan. Here's the tricolor, kind of similar last year on the tricolor, and the turned around. There's our first autograph, little Danica Patrick to start us off. Take a look at that. Our first autograph of the day. How are we feeling on that one? It is not. That went with the D's, the C's and D's. Put it right there with the autographs. Hold on, I kind of think I knocked I was moving the box. I knocked my highlight camera off. fix that. There we go. Let's keep going. We got some color coming up too. Ryan Ellis and John Paul Southern. There's your rookie card. Austin Beers. Here's a blue Daniel Hemrick on the pit road. This is 126 out of 175. Here is Enfuego. This is like last year. Wild card there. Kurt Busch. In the pit road. Chase Elliott, Riley Hurst. We got another Riley Hurst silver. And right behind that, how about a little claim to fame? I do like the tie-dye. Give me get my cards right there. How are we feeling on more Kurt Busch? 5 out of 25. That's our low number. Claim to fame. My first impression is that's a pretty fun card. On the here's the tie-dye. Here is the regular base. You can take a look at. I kind of like that. I kind of like this. The tie-dye is kind of like an explosion behind it. Congrats. That's our low number, 2 out of 25. We got Daniel Hemrick in the pit road. Frankie Nunez, Josh Bilecki, grandstands. Here's a Carson Hocevar. There's our first Carson Hocevar. Purple. This is out 49. 49 out of 85. If you're new, anything under 100, I'll get top loaded right away. I'll take care of the other stuff off camera. And then here's another one. How about little junior? I kind of like these claim to fames. And there's one more rides. Awesome Dawson Sutton. 2 cases tonight. We are on this is our first box of our first case. If you're just joining us, there's plenty of drivers left for case number 2. This is the first box of the first case going right now. I appreciate a lot of people pick stuff up. There are all the auctions. I did not run any auctions from case 2, so those are all still available. And let's see we're working through our first box here. Here we go. Let's see what's happening here. How does Ryan Preece and Ricky Stenhouse come up? There is Austin Beers, a little Carolina blue, $199 on these. This is 128 out of 199. And right behind that is our first memorabilia, a little Sparks, little Eric Jones Sparks. A red, 59 out of 99. Take a look at that one. Let me know what your first impressions are. It's what I expect from Select. Daniel Suarez there's our second trackside. Daniel Suarez. Gio and Alex Bowman. Here's a silver Blaine Perkins. The insert is Martin Truex. We got Corey LaJoie. Rides. Todd Gilliland, Zane Smith. Here's our second tricolor of the box. Luke Fenhaus. And Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman on the Select Skills. I like the portrait. You know me. I'm a fan of the portrait and the car all in the same one. So I kind of like that as my first impression. Oh, we got a little NASCAR right there. Here is Corey Day for the pit road. We got Kyle Larson and Lennon Huffman. Here's another blue of Parker Retzlaff. It is 48. These blue ones are out of 175. There's our first tandem, William Byron, and that's a free. Look at that. As we always do, the freebies. What do you guys think? I'll take a look at that, Dave. The William Byron, not too shabby. Now remember, that card, the tandem cards are specifically for spots. Like William Byron and Rudy have their own spot. That's the freebie. And Ty Gibbs we have on the rides. Carson Kvapil and Heimtime. Tanner Gray Silver. And I believe this is our second autograph. Oh. Everybody know what I'm going to say right now. My man Nick Sanchez needs a better autograph. This one is numbered 96. We got 96 out of 99. Okay, and yeah, Nick, you got to win Daytona 3 years in a row to be able to sign like that, my man. I need a little better. I need a little better on that. Put him with the autograph. He gets up here. He's not gonna get the. He's not gonna get some prime spot. How does Kyle Busch? There's Kyle Busch. In the Anthony Alfredo and Christian Eckes. And there, how about a little Chandler Smith is our first NASCAR parallel. Yeah, honestly, my first impression is it's very similar to last year. I haven't seen anything that's standing out too much. And there's My Name is Earl for Enfuego. Look that up if you don't know that analogy. And then here's Brad K as our last trackside of that. Yeah, it's pretty similar to last year. So far, our low numbers out of 25. You're saying there's 2 of those NASCARs per case? What Logan says. Logan says it's the same. Donruss was different. I will say a lot of Donruss stuff were a little different. Yeah, Redline understands that analogy. There you go. If you don't know what that, look that up. It was a great show. Let's see who. Well, like I said, we're going to see what the whole case has to offer. The NASCAR is. What was there? I think last year there was about 3 or 4 per case. So we'll see how many NASCARs we get on this one. Here's our box number 2 we're in. Logan said. Yeah, there's everything stickers. And honestly, even I think the only thing there that's not sticker was NT. Take a drink there. Everything else was stickers. All right, now we got some color here. I do like the color. Joey Logano starting us off. Jimmy Johnson. Here is a burgundy for all you fancy wine drinkers out there. This is 35 out of 125. There's Enfuego, William Byron. Jeff Gordon, there's our first of the pack. So it looks like we're getting only 2 of these. It looks like there's still 2 per pack. William Swalich and Richard Petty. Here's Josh Bilecki Silver. There you go. Take a look at that. There's a first father-son tandem draft. If you need a screenshot of that. And a little Heim Time pit road. Darrell Waltrip and Jeb Burton. Austin Beers tricolor. And there you go. See, look at Mark Martin. He's putting some effort into that. So last year's trackside. Logan says he likes last year's trackside. A little sharper than this year's. It's you can definitely see it's a trackside. Here's Mark Martin. Look at his signature. Put some effort into that signature. Mark Martin's getting right next to Danica Patrick. I do like that it kind of works. Whereas Donruss, it does look like a sticker. Whereas Select, it kind of works into the card. They designed the card so it works. Blaine Perkins in the pit road. Carson Hocevar and Denny Hamlin. Here's a Carolina Blue. Jeremy Clements out of 199. I gotta get used to these numbers. 199 there. And here's Jimmy Johnson's Select Skills. Cole Custer, pit road. Jerry Labonte and Lane Riggs. Ryan Ellis, silver. Followed by a little Kyle Busch red, parallel. 24 out of 99 for Kyle Busch. I like the tie-dye better. But I like the tie-dye. I was always a big tie-dye fan. David Reagan, pit road, SVG, and Landon Lewis. Here's Zane Smith, purple. That's our second out of 85. Remember, I'm recording the show, so if you do step away, you can always watch it later. And, yeah, we got to keep an eye. We'll compare those. Logan, I'll be able. We'll take a look at that. Selected skills: Tyler Reddick insert and Kane Honeycutt to finish off that half a box. Yeah, we'll have to compare. We'll grab one of those pit roads. I'm sorry, we'll grab a trackside and a grandstand to make a little comparison. You can tell the difference. You can tell the difference between them. But like Logan was saying, he said he liked last year's trackside better. I like to see some gold here. I like to see what the gold cards look like. See what a black vinyl looks like. Let's look for that. Box number 2 we're on. Here is Dawson Sutton and Chris Buescher. We got Christian Eckes, Carolina Blue. And our memorabilia is another red, Justin Allgaier. That's our second memorabilia. Nick Sanchez, trackside. All right, take a look. Here is Jesse Love as a grandstand, and there's the trackside. You're still on the rare side because you're only getting 2. We're only seeing 2 per box. Jesse Love, Josh Bilecki. Here's more Kyle Busch silver. We're getting a bunch of Kyle Busch. Logan says, yeah, I agree. They're very similar to C. The King, claim to fame, and Sheldon Creed. We got Noah Gragson, Ryan Blaney, John Paul Southern tricolor. There's the giveaway, the freebie for Flo Blake, Martin Truex, and Fuego. On the insert, Anthony Alfredo, Austin Hill, William Byron. Here is Jeff Gordon. A little blue Jeff Gordon. These are out of 199. I'm sorry, 175. I got to remember the numbers. 127 out of 175. And Justin Allgaier. Christian Eckes. Pit Road. Sammy Smith, Jeremy Clements. Here's a silver Luke Fenhouse. And how about the next autograph is Ben Rhodes. 2 autographs per box so far. There's your Ben Rhodes autograph. So far, heard for you. Here is Danica and Martin. Mark Martin is our autographs. Here is Jeff Burton and Bubba Wallace. Austin Dillon. And more Mark Martin. How about a white 96 out of 99? There's the white parallel. That is 96 out of 99 for that one. Let me top load that. Yeah, if you're just joining us, anything under 100, I'll get top loaded for you. We'll show all those quickly at the end. Richard Petty and Fuego and John Paul Southern. Again, on the freebie, John Paul Southern. Okay, now if we give you a little commercial break here, we're going through a full case now, and then we have another case. Danny Boy, let me check that. Hold on, let's help out Danny Boy here. Give me a second here. I didn't see it, Lucy. Danny Boy, I did not get any message from you. Can you double check? Can you send that one? In the chat. Yes. Is it a direct message? I didn't see anything that you sent. Can you double check if you sent that? Because I'm looking at my chat and I don't see anything from you. A couple people said they'd like some cold cards. I'd be happy to. Oh, here we go. Is this one? No, yeah. No problem, Danny. No, I found it. No, I got you. And I got you, Danny. You are good. Don't worry about that. Here's box number 3. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I found exactly where it was. So, like I said, I'm doing a little commercial break here. If you're looking for our second case, if you're just joining us, we got a full case, another full case. After we're done with this one, it says case 2, and there's, a good 30 drivers left in the buy it now, and all the auctions, all the $5 drivers are still posted. So everybody who was a $5 driver is still there. So get your pre-bids on who you like as you're looking at the boxes right now. And you saw it came from the same, this particular second case came from the same box. So you know how Panini sorts. Here is, now right there, that's a Prism, Ty Gibbs. In that started, oh, sorry. I was like, why did they start it with a Prism, but I dropped the Chase Elliott and Riley Hurst. We're in there. I was like, that's starting weird. And Fuego, I will say my impression is the inserts are still trying to keep the select design. Whereas remember last year they were all kind of full, like I don't want to use a Pokemon reference here, but kind of like full art. The Enfuegos and that covered the whole card. Whereas now they're trying to keep the background. Daniel Suarez on that. They're trying to keep the background the same. I don't know. What do you think about that? Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Let me see. Do I have any? I can go get an example when we take a break between here. Hoffman. Here's Parker Retzlaff White out of 199. I'm sorry, out of 99. And a little John Hunter Sparks. So far, all our inserts, all our memorabilia was out of 99. There's our first Harrison Burton, Frankie Nunez, and that Harrison Burton was a trackside. Frankie Nunez, Darrell Waltrip, tricolor Riley Hurst, and a little Matt Kenseth. They got Young Champ. This is the first case. Excuse me. I've been talking too much. We're on our box number 3 of our first case. So just started off here. Matt Kenseth. None of our autographs, besides my man Nick Sanchez, none of our autographs are parallels. They're all straight autographs. Jeb Burton, Carson Hocevar. Oh, a little Jimmy Johnson, a little Carolina Blue Jimmy Johnson. Out of 199. I got to remember the numbers here. Kurt Busch. No number there. Justin Allgaier in the pit road. We got Denny Hamlin and Terry Labonte in the grandstand. Spencer Boyd Silver. And all right, here comes a nice tandem blue. 33 out of 49. Not too bad. Not too bad. Remember, the tandem cards are specifically... Okay, there's an entry. There's an entry in the auctions for $5 of just the tandem cards. And there's a tandem blue. Kevin Harvick and Kellen Harvick. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'll keep that up here. We got Michael McDowell, Lane Riggs, and Bubba Wallace. Here is awesome Dawson Sutton. Blue, 175, rookie card. And Dale, select skills for Dale. And then there's Taylor Gray. One more, just half a stack, and then we'll... Yeah, just like we did with the team logos, if people are interested in those, they can... I just feel bad when you roll. Like, last year we had a couple one-on-ones in the tandems. And, it's sad you roll and like, oh, sorry, you didn't win this one. So I figured I'll just put it for $5. Let people collect those if they want to collect those. If you're putting a master set together, you're going to need one. John Paul Southern and Austin Beers. Here is Austin Dillon. There's a red out of 125. So far, our low number is that tie-dye. Here is SVG and Connor Zillage. Tandem. Andre Perez de Lara. Trackside, number 192. Of course, I'm going to be putting myself a set together. Carson Kloppo, Heim Time, Frankie Nunez. A silver Frankie Nunez. And there is the Selective Skills Austin Cindric insert. Sally Mott. We got Anthony Alfredo, Christian Eckes, Chase Elliott tricolor. Same tricolors as last year. I would have liked if they, mixed that up. And Fuego, Kyle Busch, and Chase Briscoe. Got Jeff Byrne and Kane Honeycutt. And how about an orange? I think that's our first orange out of 49. Jeremy Clements. There's our first, not our low number, but our first orange. Take a look at that. It's 13 out of 49. Here, we got another NASCAR back here. Here is, I'm not used to seeing Joey Logano with no hair. There's a Pit Road Butterbean, Sheldon Creed and Blaine Perkins, a silver Christopher Bell, and how about a little Garrett Smitley? Oh, there's a Garrett Smitley autograph. Yeah, no parallels in our autographs so far. That's another one. I don't know if Garrett Smitley, I don't know if you're getting, put you up there. Wild card. Here we go. This is Eric Jones, Pit Road. Yeah, a lot of base autos. Cole Custer and David Reagan. And here's Corey LaJoie. How do we feel on Corey LaJoie on the NASCAR? That's our second one. We'll see how many are in per case of a hobby box. And then right behind that, this is, I thought it was a little colored. It's Jeff Gordon. Selective Skills. I thought this was a different color, but I think that's just the base card. And then one more. Big old Bailey Curry coming right at you to finish off box number 3. All right, 1/3 of the way done. I'm going to clean this up. Don't want tall stacks floating around. All right, what's your first impressions? Again, I'm partial because Select is my favorite. I like putting the set together, so I'm a little partial. It's kind of like last year. That would have been nice. Red line, I agree with that. Maybe put him in a suit. Nothing too different than last year, except the inserts. The inserts were a little more colorful last year, I want to say. These are, stick and still. I think these are more into the Select the background, the same background and stuff like that. I like the inserts a little different. They kind of stand out. So that's my first impression. Did I count wrong? Yeah, oh no, sorry. One more. And so far, I have not seen, our low number is the tie-dye. Let's try to beat that with this box number 4 we're working with here. And again, as you're seeing it, please remember we're doing another case. Get those offers in. There's about 33 left. Of course, we'll do some giveaways for those. There's Zach Tinkle and Justin Haley. We got Joey Logano Silver. These are a little more on the rare side, too. It seemed like we're getting maybe 1 or 2 per box on these. Kyle Larson. In the selective skills, we got Jimmy Johnson. It looks like we're getting 1 Connor Bosack and Tanner Gray. We're getting 1 Pit Road per pack. Anthony Alfredo. Tricolor. And then Landon Lewis. How about a rookie card for Landon Lewis? How's his signature? This is my first time I'm seeing a signature. We'll give a little background here. We got, all right, put a little dot there. Those look kind of the same. It's my first one, so 65 out of 99 is what we're looking at here. So out of 99 on this one. Not too bad. Not too bad. That gets a good spot right there so people could see it. Jesse Love, Pit Road. Ryan Preece and Ricky Stenhouse. We got Spencer Boyd, Carolina Blue. In Fuego, Jeff Gordon. and Brennan Jones. I want to say the ride. I keep trying to say the rides. Tyler Reddick and Nick Sanchez. Here is a red Nick Sanchez. 125. And there's William Swalich and Brett Cruz for the tandem. Riley Hurst. We got Gio and Alex Bowman. Here is a silver Parker Retzlaff. And there's a red parallel en fuego. That looks like no Gregson there. The red is that's a sharp card. I like this card. Even though it's out of 99, 72 out of 99. That's take a look at that. That kind of color matches and matches with his fire suit. I think that's a fun card. No Gregson on that. That's a pretty sharp card. I like that one. I'll put him with the parallels. Sammy Meyer. We got Todd Gilliland, Zane Smith. Here is William Byron Blue. And claim to fame. That's claim to fame, Frankie Nunez, it looks like. I can't I unless I have my glasses on, I cannot see it say Frankie Nunez right there. And then one more in this half is Ben Rhodes. Yeah, that en fuego is a pretty fun card. All right, we're still in this, our fourth box. We're still not even halfway through case one. And then we'll get right to selling case two. There's still, a bunch of, I'll try to move quicker on that and get through the auctions. Well, of course, we've got to do a giveaway. So make sure you can pick up your driver. We'll do an auction giveaway. All right. Here we're on box second half. Second half, starting out with Zachary Tinkle. And en fuego, Michael McDowell. Josh Bilecki, Andre Perez de Lara, Cody Ware. Here's a Blaine Perkins. Blaine Perkins purple. Okay, and I was saying that looked like Bradley Kay. I got to put my glasses on. Austin Cedric. We got Chandler Smith. No, that Austin Cedric, that was a trackside. See, it's subtle. It's a little subtle. I agree with what Logan was saying. Maybe you have it stand out a little better. Chandler Smith, Tyler Ekram. There's our first lime green out of 75. Lane Riggs. That's our first neon out of 75. And right behind that is, right behind that is Josh Berry is our Sparks, the enclosed race worn. So these are race worn. Remember from Donruss, some of them were not race worn. Ross Chastain, we got Raja. There's Connor Hall and Austin Beers. Claim to fame, Kyle Busch. And more Austin Beers. Pit Road. Christopher Bell and Luke Fenhouse. Here's Austin Dillon Tricolor. Followed by Justin Bonsignor insert. The select skills. Chase Elliott Pit Road. Last pack. Jeff Gordon and Ross Chastain. Carson Hocevar Silver. And how about, there's still a little Brittany Z still. She must have signed a lot of stuff. Brittany Z Blue, so it's a color match. 49 out of 99. I'd start bidding on the hold on, did that sell? I believe it did. Let me double check. Yeah, AB drivers. I was like, I don't think that's sold, but I'd start bidding on these. We're seeing so far, Brittany Z was in the autograph only. Danica was. Matt Kenseth was. There was a few in the autograph only. That's our first Brittany Z. That's our first Brittany autograph. Fergie Nunez to finish off. Box number 4. That was our first Brittany Z auto, but It's been in pretty consistently in every product. We've always gotten a few of autographs from her. Not seen as many Deegan ones, but getting a lot of Britneys. All right, here is box number 5. And if you've seen enough of what's happening to pick up some of the buy it now drivers, get some offers in on there, pick a few up. There is about 33 left for case 2. We're going to go right into case 2 after this. I got to do a little selling, of course, but we'll go right into case 2. So if you're enjoying the break, grab a few. Remember, the reason why we're doing 2 cases today is it doesn't add any extra shipping. You won't have to worry about shipping anymore. And if you are stepping away, we'll probably finish this by 7. Josh Williams and Corey LaJoie. Here's a Dale Earnhardt Silver. SVG and Fuego. Todd Gilliland in the pit road. Corey Day and Ty Gibbs. Tricolor David Reagan. And there's KK. See, that's a good signature. That's a good autograph. Casey Kane. Followed by Zane Smith. There is Brett Cruz. This looks like a Brett Cruz grandstand. And Mark Martin. Cole Custer tricolor. And the insert is William Byron. No, I don't think I've said. I mean, for grandstand. Ryan Preece. Here's Kyle Busch and Brad K. Here's SVG. There's an SVG orange. I believe they were 49. 10 out of 49 here on the orange. So far, we're 25. We have 125, a bunch of 49s. But only 1 out of 25 is our low number. Jeff Gordon and Kyle Larson. Here is Spencer Boyd, Ryan Ellis. We got Justin Allgaier, Silver Rides. Silver Pit Road. And how about a Selective Skills, Tyler Reddick. Blue. There's am I missing a number? Another one out of 49. 27. 27 out of 49. Another one out of 49. We'll thumb through all these at the end. Wild card. Here is Landon Huffman. We got Kurt Busch and Daniel Hemrick. Here is Corey Heim Red. Number 58 out of 125. Denny Hamlin on Select Skills. And Carson Kvapil to finish off that stack right there. We're in box number 5. Low. I'd say my favorite. I'm a big tie-dye person, so I do enjoy the tie-dye. No gold yet. Gotta see some gold here. I haven't seen a gold. Let's see what we pull there. 2 NASCAR so far. Sorry about the crinkling. 2 NASCAR. No color blast. We got John Hunter and Braden Lester. There is Connor Hall. Blue. And SVG Selective Skills. Tyler Reddick and Mike. This Tyler Reddick is a trackside. Trackside Tyler Reddick there. Mike McDowell, Taylor Gray. Here's a burgundy Parker Retzlaff. And a little Kurt Busch. Two color sheet metal. Not numbered. Sheet metal there. Luke Fenhouse. Trackside Luke Fenhouse. So it's looking like 2 per box is what we're seeing. Ty Dillon. There's the first. Dylan Harvick. Sorry, a little high. Chase Elliott. Silver. Kyle Larson. Claim to Fame. And Tanner Gray. Dale and Connor Zillage. Carson Hocevar, Carolina Blue. Number 11 out of 199 for that one. Here is Chase Briscoe and Fuego and Ricky Stenhouse. There's first Tony B and Jake Garcia. Denny Hamlin, silver. And, oh, there's AD. Trackside action signature. Gotta like it. I'm, you know me. I like the portrait car signature. Not too bad on that one. Blue also. 15 out of 99. It's not a busy card. It's a nice clean card that has the big 3 on that. So I like that. Sorry, KK. We'll put that in front of you. Here is Gio and Josh Berry, Brendan Poole. There's our third NASCAR in the case. That's our third one. Josh Williams on that. There is Chase Briscoe, it looks like, and Alex Bowman to finish off box number 5. 1 second. All right, how are we feeling? How are people thinking? What are your thoughts? If this is the first break you're watching, what are you feeling on these? My impression is it's like last year. I don't see much deviation from last year's stuff. The checklist, I did not scrutinize, the parallels yet and the inserts, so I can't comment on that just yet. We're just, the case just showed up as we were going it. Yeah, it is very much like last year. I see the variety there. I see what you're saying there. Very similar to last year. Yeah, we'll see. Got to call. Sometimes you got to call it. What are you looking for here? Now remember, if you do step away, I'm recording this, so I'll post it. There we go. Box number 6. I like to see I like to see a color blast. Justin Allgaier and Michael McDowell. Here's our Ryan Blaney. The neon green. This is 41 out of 75 for Ryan Blaney. And there's the Justin Allgaier Raja tandem. Michael McDowell. I thought he was wearing jeans there for a second. Michael McDowell trackside. Taylor Gray and Ty Dillon is William Byron silver. Right behind it is Austin Dillon and Fuego. And Austin Hill. For the pit road, Ben Rhodes, Sally Mott. Here's Ryan Preece, tricolor. And Kevin Harvick and Fuego. William Sawalich. We're looking at Mark Martin and Joey Logano. Landon Huffman, red. 91 out of 125 for that one. And there is Corey Heim on the claim to fame. Sammy Smith, Dale, Connor Zillage. We got a Jimmy Johnson silver. And another claim to fame looks like Kevin Harvick again. 55 out of 99 on that one. Jeremy Clements for the rides. Tony B, Jake Garcia. There's Carolina Blue, Sammy Smith. This is 29 out of 199. And Matt Kenseth. These are growing on me. The select skills, I'm liking the select skills. It's a nice clean insert in SVG for that one. Yeah, that select skills are starting to, I like those. I like that look. The trackside autos are nice. Yeah, I want to see some more tie-dye. So far, we had 3 NASCAR parallels. What else we got coming in here? There's Brendan Jones and Sammy Meyer. There's SVG Silver and Chase Briscoe for that. Selective Skills. I might be putting that set together. Chris Buescher. There's Kellen Harvick. We got Brett Cruz, tricolor of Jeremy Clements. And right behind that there's your Kyle Larson. Oh, very nice card. A purple. Purple Kyle Larson. Numbered 45 out of 49. Not too bad. Not too bad. Congrats on that. Take a look. You want a screenshot of that? Let's get a little here. Still 49. 45 out of 49 for that one. William Byron. Here is Chase Briscoe and Butterbean. Another Carolina Blue. There's a bunch of these. John Hunter. I'll try to do a video if we got time. SVG. Claim to Fame. Richard Petty on the pit road. Eric Jones and Bailey Curry. Blaine Perkins. And there is Matt Mills. Like I said, we're going to definitely get a Matt Mills auto. Oh, Kyle, thank you for tagging him. Matt Mills. Not numbered. Yeah, it was purple. Look, I'm leaving a lot of room for my parallels, and we're not getting a bunch of those. Noah Gragson on the pit road. Daniel Suarez, Parker Retzlaff. Here's Todd Gilliland in white. Those are out of 99. 93 out of 99 for that one. Austin Hill. Selective Skills. And Ryan Blaney. Pit road. Jimmy Johnson, Jesse Love. Josh Williams. Purple out of 125. And then Denny Hamlin again, a red. Denny Hamlin. Oh, Denny Hamlin growing a little mustache there. I don't remember seeing that. Justin Allgaier to finish off. Little trackside ending. To finish off halfway through. We're halfway there. Living on a prayer. Let me clean up. So halfway through the break. I was going after. Oh, no. We still got halfway through the break here. Of course, then there's another case. Take a look. Nothing wrong with putting some offers in right now. Look through what's still available. We're going to do a giveaway for the auctions and another couple giveaways for the overall. So far, the William Byron is in our global buyer appreciation giveaway already from case one. I will say I haven't seen, well, we have the tandem, but I haven't seen anything else big on William Byron. But we're going to do an auction giveaway, so get your pre-bids on that. Here is box number 7. So second half of the break. How are we doing on time? Yeah, we should, at 7 o'clock, we should be done. These open pretty fun. Let's see. Austin Dillon starting us off. Chandler Smith. Here is Todd Gilliland. And Chase Elliott and Alan Gustafson. A red. 29 out of 30. 29 out of 99 for the tandem. Ryan Blaney. Pit Road. Tyler Akram and Raja. There's Jesse Love Silver. Right behind it is Dale. In the claim to fame, Austin Hill, Pit Road, Connor Hall, and Christopher Bell. And there's our third orange, Tanner Gray, 42 out of 49. Here is Chase Briscoe, select skills, Landon Huffman. There's a trackside Landon Huffman. 207 is his number. Luke Fenhouse and Tyler Reddick. John Paul Southern Silver. Kevin Harvick and Fuego. Oh, here comes a gold coming up here. A gold right there. There's our first gold. Let's see what it is. William Byron. We got Nick Sanchez and Jeff Gordon. Oh, John Hunter. Little JHN. That's our first gold card. 2 out of 10. We'll put that front and center. There you go. Linda, is that you? Did you pick up little John Hunter for you? I'll put that right there. Let me get a better shot then. I mean, I'm not sure. I haven't done any analysis yet. Well, right behind the gold is a Kyle Larson Sparks. Right behind that, there's our one memorabilia. I will look at it. Like today, I just got the boxes today, and we're opening them up. So I'm going to look at to see what kind of numbers we're looking. Here's Ross Chastain and Austin Cindric. There's a silver. Kellen Harvick. Silver grandstands. And another SVG claim to fame. Jeremy Clements to finish off those. Never got one. Okay. Yeah, well, we're going to have to see which ones are case hits. I'm checking chat here as I'm opening this up. I didn't see. I wasn't paying attention. That's why I need LP and Flower help me out because I can't. I'm trying to follow chat. The gold is our first one. So we had a tie-dye and a gold, our 2 low numbers. Of course, I'm looking forward to a color blast. Hint, Panini. Let's see what we have here. We have another Kellen Harvick. And Brett Cruz. Here's a tricolor. Brayton. I'm going to try Laster. Not Lester, Laster. And Justin Bonsignor is our autograph. Yeah, I think there's a lot of autograph-only people here. There's Justin. We'll put him on top. Dawson Sutton in the Truck Series. Mark Martin and Joey Logano. Butterbean, silver. Here is Ryan Blaney in Fuego. Chris Buescher, Dale, and Darrell Waltrip. And there's our fourth. Zachary Tinkle. That's our 4th NASCAR of the case. I think we're getting a little more than meets the eye. Here is a little Jeff Burton. How about Jeff Burton autograph? A blue, 24 out of 99. If you're doing the rainbow, you got to have a NASCAR with you. I'm sorry, we're going to have to put it over here on this side. Here is Kyle Larson. Trackside, 249 is Kyle Larson. Jeff Burton, Carson, hosts of our silver Jeff Burton. Jeff Burton showing up. A silver Jeff Burton. Right behind it is Terry Labonte, claim to fame. William Swalich, Pit Road, Denny Hamlin, and Terry Labonte. There's our second tie-dye. A little Heim time tie-dye. Corey Heim, a trackside tie-dye, 13 out of 25. All right. That's not too shabby. We had the claim to fame. And now Corey Heim. Congrats on that. Put that right there. That's our second one. I'll show all these at the end. Chris Buescher, selective skills. I'm going to put this part together, and then that's going to force me to put the master set together. Richard Petty. We'll see some probabilities here. Lane Riggs, Bubba Wallace. Here, Ryan Preece. Silver. Jimmy Johnson and Fuego. And finish off box number 7 is Noah Gragson. Let's keep moving here. Box number 8. And if you're just joining us, we're doing a second case in this same stream, so it's not gonna add shipping. No more extra shipping to you. And I should get these shipped out tomorrow. We got a break in the morning. We're doing for the morning crew. We're doing a full case break tomorrow morning, starting at 8 o'clock. And then I'm doing some sorting. Then I'll be sorting tomorrow during the day. Keep all these separate, of course. Start on as it is on one. Yeah, I believe that's the same guy, right? I think that's the same person. Well, I know, like, Haley fan is not Justin Haley. I can only speak to people I know. Oh, that's pretty cool. How about Austin Beers and Chase Elliott? Corey Day. There's Corey Day on the grandstand silver. Christopher Bell and Corey Day. Corey Day for the pit road. Riley Hurst, Frankie Nunez. There's a tricolor of Josh Bilecki. And there's my man, Ryan Newman. For Bass Pro Shop, Ryan Newman. There you go. I'll look through the autographs. I'm thinking on those. Ty Gibbs. Here's Josh Bilecki and Jimmy Johnson. There's a purple Harrison Burton. And right behind that is Connor Zillage, claim to fame. Kyle Busch, Pit Road, Jesse Love, Brendan Jones, Brad Kay, and how about William Byron? There you go for the freebie, for the giveaway. 16 out of 25, William Byron and Fuego tie-dye. Here we go. The tie-dyes are starting to show up now. Take a look at that one. That's for the giveaway. If you're not in, then we're doing a giveaway of buyer appreciation at the end of case 2, and this is part of it. And Fuego, not too bad, not too bad. Good motion there. Hold on here. Keep checking chat. More Brad Kay. We got Sam Meyer and Ben Rhodes in the grandstand. There is Chandler Smith. Joey Logano, Selective Skills, and Spencer Boyd. Blaine Perkins, Cole Custer. Here's a Burgundy, Tony B. 42 out of 125. And then claim to fame, Ryan Blaney. Corey LaJoie to finish off. Half a box there. Color blast. I'd like to see a color blast. Let's see a nice black color blast. This is our 8th box. 8 boxes. Still got 4 more to go. Let's see what we shall see. And another full case. So look through, get your pre-bids in on what you're looking for. We're going to do another giveaway for the auctions. And we'll add a few more drivers to the global giveaway, to the buyer appreciation giveaway. That's for anybody who's bought in during the break. So look for that and join in. David Reagan and John Paul Southern. Here is a blue Justin Allgaier and Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch Selective Skills. Connor Mosek, a trackside Connor Mosek, $249 on this one. Zane Smith and Kyle Larson. Andre Perez de Lara. And there's the memorabilia of Christopher Bell. Bright orange. Sheet metal on that one. Justin Haley. We were just talking about Justin Haley. Another trackside Justin Haley. I am going to count how many tracksides we had. I'll do some analysis. Maybe I'll make a video of it. Landon Huffman, Carson Kvapil, Riley Hurst, silver. And claim to fame, there's Dale Jarrett. Brendan Poole is trackside. Trackside. No, that's pit road. Heim Time, Anthony Alfredo. Here's Frankie Nunez, silver. I'm sorry, not silver. This is the tricolor Frankie Nunez. There's Richard Petty. Look at that. Old school Richard Petty with the Firestone. More John Hunter. John Hunter showing up today. Christian Eckes and Jeff Burton. Here's Josh Berry, blue, 199. No, 175. Oh, I got to pay attention to this stuff. Ty Gibbs and Fuego. And Brayton Lester. And last pack of box number 6, Caden Honeycutt, Sheldon Creed, Connor Hall, and J-Mac. We haven't seen a J-Mac autograph. Action signature. Yeah, I do enjoy those track sides, those cards, because one more here as I'm cleaning up Josh Williams. Finish that. I do like those autographs. I like they have the car, the portrait, and the autograph in there. That's not too bad to have. All right, we are 2/3 of the way done. Let me check the offers. I don't see, get those offers in for case number 2. See what you like on case number 2 here. And then, of course, get your pre-bids in on the auctions. There are 33. And as soon as we're done here, we're going to pick the giveaways. We're going to pick the giveaways from case 2. We'll do 2 buyer appreciation giveaways from case 2. So I don't want to lock anybody out of their driver. Now's the time to pick those up. And then we'll go through the auctions. No Color Blast yet. I haven't seen a Color Blast. Hopefully it's right here in my hand right now. What is people saying? This is my first case I'm opening, so I do not have any statistics for you. Are we seeing one Color Blast per case? Can anybody attest to that? So far, we've had 4 of the NASCAR parallels. 1 gold, little John Hunter right here. And then 2 or 3 tie-dyes so far. But I cannot say, I have not seen a Color Blast yet. Most of the time, it's 1 per case. All right, so let's see what everything's been on camera since then, so maybe a Color Blast coming up. Let's see what we still see. Parker Retzlaff starting us off. Justin Allgaier. Here's a tricolor of Brennan Jones. And then there's an autograph. My man, I'm liking Harry Gant. Look at that. Harry Gant, classy autograph. You can definitely read through what he's saying. It's a purple out of 49. That's a nice card. That's a nice card on that one. Handsome Harry Gant. Let's keep going. There is Awesome Dawson. We got Jake Garcia and Josh Berry. Another tricolor of Todd Gilliland. And right behind that, looks like Carl Edwards. A little blue Carl Edwards. The 30 out of 49. Brian Blaney. Here is Brayton Lester and Josh Williams. How about a Carson Popple blue out of 175? Oh, excuse me. And Austin Cindric for the selective skills. There is a trackside 281 trackside Tanner Gray. Corey LaJoya, Corey Day, where the Corys are happening. Here's Justin Haley Silver. Kyle Busch and Fuego. There is William Byron, Ty Gibbs, and Kyle Busch. And, how about this one? This is a green, not a 101, but we have Landon Huffman out of 5. All right. That's not too shabby. 4 out of 5, number 4 out of 5. Who had? Let's do a shout out here. Who had Landon? That's going to Linda. That's you, right? Landon Huffman. Linda picked that up. There you go, Linda. That's worth your admission price. Congrats on that. It is 4 out of 5. I'm putting this front and center. Remember, we got the lime green, and that's just, what do you call it? Just green. I guess that's just green. And then Joey Logano, a red Joey Logano, selective swatch right behind it. Here is Sammy Smith Pit Road. Bad Brad and Spencer Boyd. Jeff Burton, silver. More Joey Logano. A claim to fame. And our last, for this half anyway, is Jeremy Clements. Box number 9. So I haven't seen, if people are saying, there's a color blast every case. I have not seen one yet. So it's coming up. And I haven't seen a 1-on-1. We got out of 5, 1 out of 10, and 3 out of 25s in this case. All right, what are we looking for? We're looking at, ready? Brendan Poole and John Hunter. Cole Custer, silver. Right behind it is Frankie Nunez. There's been a few Butterbeans. The Austin Hill, Pit Road. We got Michael McDowell and Taylor Gray. Dawson Sutton, silver. And Michael McDowell and Fuego. Chris Buescher, Ty Dillon, and Kellen Harvick. And there's our fifth NASCAR parallel. Our 5th NASCAR one. So probably it's coming out to be maybe 1 every 2 boxes on these. And here's a Jeff Burton now. We're getting into the Panini sort. I think that's our 2nd Jeff Burton autograph. Hold on, let me look. Let's see what we shall see. Yep, we had a blue right up here. A blue Jeff Burton now, just a regular silver, unnumbered. This Jeff Burton was 24 out of 99. So, pair of Burtons. A couple Burtons for us. Connor Mosack. That's a trackside. Connor Mosack. We got Brett Cruz and Mark Martin. Here's Corey Day silver. And Brad, claim to fame. William Swalich, followed by Joey Logano and Dale. Here is a Blaine Perkins. There we go. There's another tie-dye. This time, a grandstand tie-dye of Blaine Perkins. So far the tie-dyes have been, let me show those. Here's the tie-dye. So far in tie-dyes, we had Blaine Perkins, William Byron, which is the giveaway. Heim Time and Kurt Busch are tie-dyes. Here's Kyle Larson. This is Select Skills. Richard Petty. We got Connor Zillage and Tony B for the base. Butterbean. There's a silver Butterbean right there. Jeff Gordon and Fuego. And the last card of the box, no Gregson. All right, that box had a out of 5. Now we need to see a Color Blast and a 1-of-1 would be great to see. And then we have collect a rainbow for our break. The memorabilia. We haven't gotten an autograph memorabilia yet. They've all just been regular, and a lot of them are out of 99s. The silver trackside. I think we've had a few silver tracksides. Haven't seen a single Daniel Suarez card. I have to look. Well, when I do a sort, I'll be able to get a good read of this. All right, what do we have here? Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric. Here is Daniel Hemrick, Carolina Blue, 137 out of 199. Silver trackside's case hit. I have not seen anything that looks like a silver trackside yet. Let me know if you've seen one. And Fuego. Here is Justin Allgaier and Harrison Burton. I gotta keep a better eye out that for it. Andre Perez de Lara and Raja. And how about a Jack Wood? Who called it? Somebody called it. Somebody called it. We're going to definitely get a Jack Wood autograph. I forgot who said that a while ago, but you are right. There's our Jack Wood. Yeah, was it? Huh. Good call. You had to call on that. All right, I got to pay attention to that. You're saying that's a case hit? This is my first case. So I will pay attention to the silvers here. Here's Cody Ware, Zachary Tinkle. This is a Grandstand silver. And Christian Eckes blue. Justin Allgaier claim to fame. We had Taylor Gray, Pit Road. Justin Haley, Connor Mosack. Here is a purple Connor Zillage. Right behind it is Tyler Reddick. Here's another trackside. Josh Williams. Tanner Gray and Ryan Preece. There's a silver again. Grandstand. Noel Gregson silver. William Byron and Fuego. There's Ty Dillon. Pit Road. Luke Fenhouse and Tyler Reddick. Jeff Burton. More Jeff Burton. Silver. And Denny Hamlin on select skills. And last card of this half is Daniel Suarez. To finish off that half. One more half on box number 10. Looking for a Jeffrey Earnhardt. Yeah, on the J spot. You're getting a few J spots. That sounded dirty. A lot of those group drivers with the autographs are hitting. I don't know if that's a coincidence or that's what's inside the boxes. When we open 3 or 4 more cases, then we'll have a good feel. I'll do a little analysis of these first 3 cases that we're opening up right now. Let's see up some Nick Sanchez and Jeff Gordon. Another tie-dye. How about a Parker Retzlaff tie-dye? It's a trackside tie-dye, 14 out of 25. That's not too bad with a trackside tie-dye. Take a look at that. I do like the tie-dyes. And right behind it is another Kevin Harvick and Kellen tandem. Remember, if you're looking at the tandems, those are just like we did on the team logos. Those are individual card sales. Parker Retzlaff, Denny Hamlin, Terry Labonte. Here's a tricolor Riley Hurst. And how about a Carson Hocevar autograph? Well, there you go. I think Logan had Carson Hocevar. There you go. That's a good autograph, too. I do like that. I enjoy that autograph. Congrats on that. We'll put that right here so you can see it. What's up next? Chase Briscoe, Lane Riggs, and Bubba Wallace. There's a blue Spencer Boyd and SVG and Fuego. We have a Butterbean. Butterbean is the Pit Road. There is Austin Dillon and Chandler Smith. How about a Connor Zillage? Silver. Grandstand and a Bobby Labonte blue. Try saying that fast. 17 out of 49. Bobby Labonte. We'll get that top loaded for you. Eric Jones and Tyler Ekram. Raja. And a little Jeb Burton. Orange. Those are 42 out of 49. A couple 49s out of there. Jeff Gordon, claim to fame. Bailey Curry. Here is Connor Hall and Christopher Bell. We got Tanner Gray, purple. Burgundy, purple. Who's good at color. And a little Eric Jones. Eric Jones red again. We've gotten a bunch of red. I don't know what these are out of, but a bunch of red Sparks. This one is 77 out of 99. And there's Brayton Lesser. That's your trackside Brayton Lesser, too. To finish off box number 10. All right, 2 more to go. And then we're doing the second case. It's days early. It's only 7 o'clock. And so far, no 101 and no color blast. So nothing there. But take a look at what's available. Get your pre-bids in. If you've seen a whole case break here, if you've been watching. And take a look. You can see what else is going on. Yeah, I haven't seen a zebra either. Good call on there, TV Jake. I haven't seen some of the rare hits. We have not seen those yet. And again, this is my first case, so I did not have any analysis. I will, especially today and tomorrow morning, we're going to do a full case also. So I'll have 3 cases under my belt, and then I'll be able to do some numbers for you. So tune in for that. I'll be able to put some numbers together. Here is box number 11. Yeah, it's a little light, so maybe we got something good here. Landon Lewis, we got Braden Jones, Brad K, Carolina Blue Brad K. And this is Rusty Wallace. I think that's the first time I said Rusty Wallace. Followed by Christopher Bell, a trackside Christopher Bell. Sammy Meyer and Ben Rhodes. There we go. We were just talking about that. There's another silver Brad K. Yeah, we haven't seen an autograph either, a memorabilia autograph. Chase Elliott. Select Skills. Andre Perez de Lara on the pit road. Here's Sally Mott and Chase Briscoe. Tricolor of Corey Heim. And right behind that is a little Joey Logano autograph. Take a look at that. Not too shabby for Joey Logano. I'm not used to looking at him bald. How's that? Not too bad for Joey Logano. How do you feel on that one? I was just actually, hold on. Sorry, let me get sidetracked here for a second. I was just cleaning out where I put it. I can't find it. I was just cleaning out and organizing my my cards, and I came across a rookie card, Joey Logano, the red, white, and blue one. I was going to show everybody. I'll find it and I'll show everybody. But that was a pretty nice one from I think it was 2018. I don't remember, but that was pretty. Oh, my glasses on. Let's keep going. We got Cody Ware and Butterbean, Eric Jones. Here's a white Dawson Sutton. These are out of 99. And Kyle Larson is Kyle Larson, Cliff Daniels tandem. How about Zachary Tinkle and Bailey Curry, followed by Daniel Suarez. Here's a Kurt Busch silver. And Jeff Gordon, red. Yeah, it's a red one. I think that's the first red one I've seen. Kind of got a nice tint to it for Jeff Gordon. This is Justin Haley, Parker Retzlaff, and Justin Allgaier. Here's another neon green out of 79, William Swalich. And Fuego, Noah Gregson. And finish off this half with a Connor Mosek. Pit Road, Connor Mosek. If anybody wants any of these, I got tons of these. As you can see, we're getting about 6 or 7 per box. So if you do want these, send me a message. Don't post it in chat, I'll forget. Send a direct message to me, and I'll be happy to get you some of these. All right. Let's finish strong in these last box and a half. Yeah, I haven't seen a zebra. Maybe a zebra's coming up. I haven't seen a color blast. We'll see what we got here. Maybe it's holding out for the end. I just dumped the boxes out. I don't know how I didn't have a plan or strategy to open up the boxes. So we'll see what boxes are where. All right, good luck. We'll finish strong with Daniel Hemrick and Dawson Sutton. Here is Austin Dillon, blue. And how about a Kyle Busch A Sparks. This one's not numbered. Kyle Busch Sparks. Connor Hall. On a trackside Connor Hall. We got Christopher Bell and William Byron. Here's Jimmie Johnson Silver. And Joey Logano in Fuego. Nick Sanchez, Pit Road. Rich Petty and Noah Gragson. Cole Custer, Tricolor. Carl Edwards. Carl Edwards, Claim to Fame. There's Jeff Gordon, Ryan Blaney, and Austin Hill. There's Todd Gilliland, Purple. Selective Skills, Bradley Kay, and Ross Chastain, Pit Road. William Byron, Sammy Smith, Tyler Reddick, Silver, and Riley Hurst is your autograph right now. Second autograph, right? We had the Joey Logano and Riley Hurst. That's a not too bad autographs for this box. I'll show all the autographs at the end. We got Austin Cindric, Jeremy Clements, and SVG. There's a red Sally Mott. This is 38 out of 125. Bubba Wallace and Fuego. And Harrison Burton to finish off box number 11. And let's finish the break with box number 12. This better be a big box here. So far, we'll see. I don't want to speak to it. No one-on-ones. I haven't seen a zebra yet or a color blast yet. So I cannot say. We'll see what happens here. Maybe this is a good, powerful box right now. And then we're going to go right to case number 2. So get in on those. At least pretty easy to open. All right, say it with me. Come on, I want to see a color blast. I haven't seen one yet. What do we got? We're looking at Brennan Poole and John Hunter. Here is Sam Meyer Blue. Carolina Blue Sam Meyer. There is, how about Dale and Kelly? The tandem. I think that's the first tandem there of Dale. Raja. Trackside Raja. Brayton Laster. We got Josh Williams. Connor Zillage. Silver. There's Junior and Fuego. And Raja. Corey LaJoie. Corey Day. Blaine Perkins Tricolor. And there's our first, the bigger card sleeves for this. There's our first autograph. Sorry, I have to reach for the thicker card sleeves. There's our first autograph memorabilia. We haven't had an autograph memorabilia yet, so there's our first one. Dale Jarrett on that. Let's see what fits this nicely. 130 count? Yes, 130 fits this nicely. And I'll get those others in there also. There's just an autograph one. I want to get that covered right away. So Dale Jarrett. Dale Jarrett is our autograph memorabilia. What else we got? Connor Hall, Ty Gibbs, and Kyle Busch. Here's Luke Fenhaus. Blue. That's a good color match for his car. Matt Kenseth. Claim to Fame, Christopher Bell. We have another tie-dye coming up. Brad Kay, Spencer Boyd. Here is Michael McDowell, Silver, and William Byron again. William Byron tie-dye. And I do like the Claim to Fame tie-dyes. I think those are fun. Remember, William Byron is the giveaway. So if you're not in number 2, jump on in there. I see a couple offers already. Jump on in and get your offers in. There's 33 drivers left in the Buy It Now. And if you're not in on that, the William Byron is a freebie. And so far we got a nice little tie-dye of that. Luke Fenhaus. Ryan Ellis, Kurt Busch. Here is Mark Martin Burgundy. Justin Allgaier is the selective skills, and Tyler Reddick to finish off that half a box. Here's our last half. All right, good luck. Let's see what we shall see here. What do we got going on here? Come on. Say everybody rub the rabbit's foot or whatever you need to do. What do we got going on for box number first case break? Michael McDowell and Taylor Gray. Here's a white Jeff Gordon out of 99. And Brad K. There's a blue, looks like fire suit. Sparks, Brad K. Tyler Ankrum. That's a trackside Tyler Ankrum. Ty Dillon and Kellen Harvick. We got Riley Hurst, silver, a prism silver. Darrell Waltrip, select skills. Lane Riggs, Brett Cruz and Mark Martin. Blaine Perkins, tricolor. Ross Chastain and Fuego. There is Bubba Wallace, Joey Logano, and Dale Earnhardt. Here's a lime green or orange. Those are out of 75. Here is Butterbean. We got Austin Dillon, Connor Zillage, Tony B, Terry Labonte, Grandstand Silver, and there's our second autograph of the box. Ty Dillon, putting some effort into it. Got a little 10 up there. Give him that. Ty Dillon. And finishing up with last pack magic, Chandler Smith, Jake Garcia, Josh Berry, a red, Brendan Poole, Ty Gibbs, and the last card of case number 1 is Tyler Ankrum. All right, well, there you go. There's the first case. Hold on a second. Let's get to this. There's our first case. What do you think? I know, let's show some of these right now as I clean up. Didn't see a color blast. Didn't see one there. No 101 either. Give me a second here to clean these stacks off. I'm going to keep the break separate. Let's get the base. And again, I'll get all these sorted. The low number is Landon Huffman right there. That was our low number, which is a good low number to have. Right there, there's our low number of that break. Let me get our giveaway, our buyer appreciation out of the way. There's our low number for that break. So that's still not too shabby. The gold was John Hunter. So we got one green and one gold. Here's our tie-dyes. You got William Byron, which is going to be a giveaway. Parker Retzlaff. Here is Kurt Busch. Heim Time. A second William Byron. So if you're not in on this, there's our 2 giveaways to start, and Blaine Perkins. The autographs, like I said, I'm seeing a lot of the numbers, a lot of the autograph-only drivers in the autographs. Let me scroll through these right here. Here's our autographs for the first case. 24 should be. Everybody's counting. There's Nick Sanchez, J-Mac, Justin Bonsignor, Garrett Smitley, Jeff Burton, 2 Jeff Burtons, Jeff Burton Blue and a Jeff Burton Silver. Dale Jarrett is the autograph memorabilia one. We got Joey Logano is a nice autograph to have. Ty Dillon, I do like his little 10. Riley Hurst Blue. Carson Hocevar is a good autograph. Silver, Harry Gant, my favorite. Jack Wood, as we called it. There's got to be a Jack Wood autograph in there. And Matt Mills. Kyle Larson, purple out of 49. Good Kyle Larson autograph. Ryan Newman. Austin Dillon. You got AD Blue. KK. Of course, got a Brittany in there. Matt Kenseth. Landon Lewis. Blue. Ben Rhodes. A good Mark Martin. And our first autograph was Dan Capel.